Okay, you guys, thanks again for joining. Genia, I know you've been here most of the times and we really appreciate you being here. And Veronica, thanks for jumping on too. I think you'll enjoy it and walk away with something that you can take into your life today. You've been doing an amazing job with everything. So just happy to have you here. And Cheyenne is, I'm going to let you introduce yourself one more time, Cheyenne, because Veronica's new to the group, but really excited to have collaborated. The two of us met not long ago, but just hit it off and really clicked with our mission of sharing and inspiring and hopefully letting people in on the things that make our lives happy and help us to navigate through life with a positive outlook. So Cheyenne, I'm going to turn it over to you and just give Veronica a little background and then we can get started.
Yeah, sure. So I am a meal plan coach. I provide meal plans for people on a weekly basis to help them kind of transform their relationship with food and monitor their own progress. This works really well in addition to a lot of the workout programs that Alethea works closely with her clients with. So we're just really trying to create mind-body connection and help people feel a better relationship with food and themselves in general. And these workshops kind of stem from just a more positive outlook and how we can start transforming our world to look the way we want it to, even in times of chaos like what we're living in right now.
Wonderful. So we are going to get started today. And the topic we chose, I'm not sure if you saw it in the email, but is being adaptable and what does it mean to adapt? And I'm going to turn it back over to Cheyenne and take it away.
So the definition of adapt is to become adjusted to new conditions. And in thinking about this topic this week, there isn't one person I know that hasn't had to adjust in 2020. No matter where you're at in the world, you're seeing and witnessing and feeling the changes of the world we live in. And that's not easy to adapt to. It's not easy for us. It's not easy for anyone else. And so we're trying to focus on the positives through this and how you can create stability even in times of chaos. The latest this last week with the riots, it's a really big wake-up call because our focus has been so shifted from our physical safety. Is everything clean enough? Are we safe in public? Can we go buy groceries? All of that, and it shifted to safety. Safety for all races, safety for people, for freedom of speech, safety in your home. There's all kinds of chaos around us, and a lot of good can come from it, I think. But if we lose our stability, our ability to adjust in that, it's not going to be a good situation for us. Does anyone want to share how they're feeling this week? I just kind of wanted to open it up and ask if anyone wants to share about how you're feeling.
It's a lot going on.
Yeah. It's overwhelming.
Like, very. Yeah. Very overwhelming. Just lots. I think for me it's I always try to appreciate how much I have and how little I've actually struggled in this life. Yeah. But then I also have to remember that I can't discount that when I have an emotional day, that there's a lot going on, and that's okay.
I love that. A lot of the people that I work with on the coaching front in my life have been reaching out to me and their other clients and saying, hey, coaching aside, or for whatever reason we normally speak aside, if you need anything, I'm here. And it's really hit home for me because it's kind of made me sit back and think, how am I doing? You know, I'm going through the motions. I'm trying to keep a positive attitude. But when someone that cares about you really says, hey, business aside, like, how are you doing with everything? And today I just want to encourage all of us to think about, like, how are we adapting? What is this new reality looking like for us? Have we found a few things that bring us comfort regularly when we do have an emotional day, Eugenia? Like, do we know what makes us feel a little bit better? I don't expect any of us to feel great right now, sadly. But if we know what to do just to feel a little bit better, that's the goal. If we can maybe go to the next slide.
Yes. Let's see. Hi, Ange. Okay. Oops. There we go.
So I found this quote, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Something very beautiful happens to people when their world has fallen apart. A humility, a nobility, a higher intelligence emerges just the point when our knees hit the floor. And this kind of echoes what I just said. I don't know one person who hasn't felt the effects of 2020. I really don't. Every single person I've spoken to, no matter how well their business is going, how healthy their families are, we're all feeling this. And rather than crumbling, this is kind of an opportunity to hit the floor and think about, okay, what is still going right? What's still okay? And have some gratitude for it. I think it's also an opportunity to have a voice for others and really be humbled. And when I say to you, how are you doing? That means off of this call, if you want to reach out to either one of us and tell us how you're doing, we want to listen, because we both have had other people listening for us, and that support is what's getting us through it. I think more than income or health, just the support, knowing somebody's there, somebody cares, is what carries us from a place of chaos to a new stability. I think it goes without saying, but we can all look around and see that the world has shifted and a new world is coming out of this. And that's pretty unknown for everyone. There's not a crystal ball. There is not a fortune teller out there that's going to say, here's what we wake up to at the end of this aftermath. So how can we keep a positivity about us through this? And my message today is really about us being the positivity. And if we intend to do that for ourselves, it carries over to others. You've heard the saying, we rise by lifting others. That's what being adaptable means. When we have the ability, even if we're in tears, if we have the ability to text a friend and say, I'm not okay right now, how are you? We lighten each other's load. We're both here as a source, if you want that. And you probably can think of somebody in your phone in your recent calls that you could text today and just say, hey, this week has been really rough. Do you want to chat? And I want to encourage you to do that, because strength comes out of humility. Strength comes out of vulnerability. Strength comes from looking around and saying, this is really tough. Strength doesn't come from pretending like this isn't tough. I think that message gets portrayed sometimes. That, oh, just get up, keep going. The true strength comes when we get up, we look in the mirror, and kind of just be like, oh my gosh, what is next? And have a bit of kindness to ourselves and those around us. Do you want to add to this, Alethea?
Yes, I keep nodding my head like this because everything you're saying is hitting home. And I wanted to talk just briefly about how we're all trying to keep stress at a minimum, although it's through the roof. And when I was thinking about adaptability, it came to mind that if we don't adapt and if we don't conform to what's going on in a way that it takes us to a place where we can be okay, and we try to stick with our so-called normal life before all of this happened, then that creates such a huge stress on our minds and our bodies, because we're trying to do something that's not possible right now. And we're trying to do something, whether it's with our kids or whether, whatever it might be, we're trying to live in that situation that's not where we are right now. So for me, personally, trying to just live in this moment where we are right now today helps me to bring my stress levels down a little bit, which in turn helps our family, which in turn helps our kids stay a little bit less worried. So I think adaptability, although this is really the first week of this whole thing that I've thought about adaptability, it has happened naturally, but the times when I'm trying to keep what was normal 5 months ago now are the times where the stress levels go up. So adaptability is huge. And we all feel like the rug has just been pulled out from under us most of the time right now, because it's like, what's next? But being adaptable, kind of like a chameleon, if you can just kind of picture a chameleon, and each day that chameleon color is going to change and look different. But that's where we have to be right now, just to keep our own sanity and to keep our stress levels down. And one thing that a good friend of mine and I read a while ago, and I don't even remember where it was from, but when you call somebody or when you text them and you ask, how are you? We saw on this somewhere that asking how is your heart in a situation like this is a really, really, really powerful thing to do. So instead of just saying, how are you? If it's somebody that means a lot to you and that you're close with, texting and saying, how is your heart today, can really be powerful and positive for a friend. So I love that. And I wanted to share that with you as well.
I love that. So a few of you have been on during our meditations, and meditation has become a part of my life regularly for probably the past 5 years. Trust me, I have weeks where I am not on, and I don't feel well, and it's because I'm not sitting down and doing it. But I love that. How is your heart? Because the last couple times I've done a guided meditation for myself, my whole body feels out of whack. You definitely feel it with your heart, but it's like, I feel achy, I have headaches, and it's just stress. It's not getting a full night's sleep. We're trying to take care of our bodies as best we can, but none of us really have that sense of peace that we maybe took for granted for a really long time. And I think the absence of it makes it's such a more of a focus now. And I hope that if we can kind of integrate some of these new habits, that as life does adapt to something different, we have tools that keep us going. Let's switch to the next screen. Okay, so sorry, I live downtown right by the hospital, so there's sirens like crazy today.
I thought that was in New York, and it's just here in Salt Lake, huh?
Yeah, that's right here. It's lawn day. We have the lawn people here, and we have sirens today, so we got double whammy. So if we look at what's happening right now as an opportunity to define our story, rather than this was a horrible year, let's look at as I had an opportunity to slow down and make some major changes for myself. Everything we've known from basic comforts to our normal routine has been changed. Raise your hand if that's the case for me. Everyone I'm talking to, just running to the grocery store isn't a thing anymore. And basic comforts of, we are on curfew in Salt Lake here at 8 p.m. So what that means in Salt Lake is you can't leave your house after 8 p.m. You can leave in a car, but you're not walking around. And these are basic comforts that a lot of us, we take for granted just because that's our normal reality. So if we can kind of change our mindset as what is our life going to look like as all this comes together? We can't change what's happening around us, right? That's obvious. But we can nourish our own habits and help us cope. And what does that mean? That means if I woke up this morning feeling like I'm overwhelmed and I'm sick of things being this way, I have two choices. I can kind of stay stuck in that mindset, or I can decide I'm going to make myself a calendar for today, and what can I do today for myself? I love these little calendars. I recommend using something that breaks your day down. This is kind of cute. So it's like your schedule from 6 to 8, to-do list, priorities, meals, water. Alethea and I are working on this stuff to be able to give to you, but I recommend when you get up, write this out. Give yourself some stability with a plan. I throw it away every day. This is not a planner that I keep. I throw it away. And there's something refreshing about a fresh start each day. But what are those good habits that need to be on there? Number one, water. It's getting hotter. We are really stressed. Water is your best friend for how your body is feeling, staying hydrated. Being mindful of getting good rest. that's tricky, because just because you go to bed at the right time and wake up at the right time doesn't mean you slept well. The best habit to get a good night's rest is writing down 3 things you're grateful for at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. If it's not 3 things you're grateful for, it's 3 things that you need to focus on the next day. So you're not going to bed with it in your mind. It's off the mind and on paper. Just getting good sleep and drinking enough water are enough to have us feeling better. Everyone has their own habits, but are we being mindful? Are we thinking about what our habits are? As we adapt to this new reality, we want to make sure we have really good habits. We don't have to ignore the negativity that's around us. I mean, you turn on your news and it's there, right? That was before this. I would say the news has been negative for a really long time. But right now it's pretty unavoidable to see negativity. Our social media feed, right? It's scary. It's really scary. I haven't opened up my phone without a stomach ache in 3 weeks. Yeah. But we're all addicted to our phones. This is how our community with each other has become. This is how we see what each other's doing. It's where we go and we have 20 minutes to burn. So we're not going to ignore the negativity, but we can be a source of positivity. If any of you guys follow my social media, I get teased by my family about being like the cheesiest member of our family because I'm constantly posting quotes. And if you know me a little bit, I am that cheesy person. And I think it's okay to be cheesy. It's contagious. And if it's uncomfortable for you to be cheesy, go hang out on Pinterest, Google happy, Google joy, find something that makes you smile and share it. Just try it. I think it's up to us to share positivity. We can't expect any of this to shift without our own action. And the action that I know that's easy to take right now is find something positive and share it. And if you don't want to share it on your social media, it's really easy to just show it to your kids, show it to your friends, or text it. Like, I know that all of my friends are really appreciative of really goofy text right now because it's like, oh my gosh, I was having a really bad day. That got me out of my mindset. But the message that I'm really trying to drill with this, that I know Alethea and I want to share, is that the negativity isn't going to stop, but we can start creating more positivity. But it is up to us. And it's not just up to Alethea and I. It's up to you to integrate that to your life too. And I think you'll be surprised how many people follow suit. And when I say follow suit, once in a while I'll post a really cute, funny meme, and then I'll watch as different friends will share the same one or something really similar. That domino effect is really helpful for all of our brains right now, all of our emotional centers. Alethea, will you share?
Yes. When it comes to the negativity part, I believe that we have to work so hard to not let that in more than ever right now. And one thing that has worked for me in the past, which I should bust that out again, is my no complaints bracelet. And Angela, you'll remember this. Veronica, I think you might too from our accountability group, but I used to challenge all of us to put a bracelet on, and every time something negative was said or came out of your mouth or a complaint, you'd have to switch the bracelet to the other side and the other hand. And the goal was to not switch it too many times and to get better as the days go on. But right now, more than ever, people talk in negativity, people talk in complaints, people talk in gossip, because that's what's out there, and everybody has an opinion on what's happening. So it's really important to protect ourselves and to really kind of put a shield up when that stuff happens, because it's so easy to then start gossiping, complaining, being negative when somebody else is saying that stuff. That if you need a reminder, like a bracelet or a pin or a necklace or whatever, bracelet's easy because you can simply just take it and switch it and say, whoops, okay, I'm going to try harder for this next hour. But to put a shield up and to not let that negativity in as much as we possibly can, so that we can be that positive ray of light for our kids or for our spouse or for our partner or even just for the world, because we all really need it right now. So
I love the bracelet idea, because you don't see a necklace unless you're like washing your hands in the bathroom or something, but you see a bracelet all the time. Mm-hmm. I have these 2 bracelets that don't come off. This one I made, and every bead is a different color. and it brings me a lot of joy. And it's kind of cheesy, but it's from a place in San Diego where I learned how to make prayer beads. So every time I see it, it's a reminder that I have the ability to bring comfort to others. And it keeps me in check. The other one is a friendship bracelet that reminds me I'm not alone right now. It's just one string, and it's there, and I don't think it'll last that long because it's only one string. But every day, you know, no matter what happens, like I got a brand new windshield because I had a crack all the way across. 3 days later, cracked it again. And I was so sad. And I was just sitting there, you know, with a mask on, 10 feet away from 8 other people in this place. And they had been broken in the night before. So their windows were just broken through. And I'm sitting there asking the lady at the front, I'm like, what happened? So somebody robbed us last night. I'm just sitting here looking around. Everyone looks like they're on the verge of tears. And I'm thinking to myself, what in the heck can I do in this moment to change my own attitude? And honestly, it was that bracelet. Just seeing that bracelet. It's like an ownership of our own feelings. And a windshield is not a big deal. It was just like the hassle of it, right? It's just like one more thing. When I was so excited to get home, I needed to use the bathroom, and I can't even use the public restrooms anywhere. I'm sitting here so uncomfortable, so sad. And it's like where we started in our conversation, all of our reality has shifted. Like the convenience of using a bathroom, the convenience of being in a yoga class with our friends, the convenience of being at a grocery store and being able to buy 2 rolls of toilet paper when we're having irritable systems and we can't. And we're looking at the lady like, I really need to buy 2. All of our farmers that are missing out on farmers markets, right? Like little things that we've lost all of these joys. So nobody's talking about how do we bring joy back in. Let's be the people that talk about how do we bring joy back in. I think music, I always bring music up every call because it raises our vibration. Our body operates at a vibrational rate. And when we listen to positive music or positive TED Talks, it raises the way we feel. That's kind of like the emotional vibration. I'm really sad about concerts. So I've been trying to make playlists and that like night from 5 o'clock till 8 p.m. It's like my own concert at my house. Because I don't want to miss out on things. You know, what are the things you're sad about? How can you make something to kind of cope with that? If you love swimming pools, can you go for a hike and find some water and put your feet in? Take your shoes off, sit there and put your feet in. If you love farmers markets, go to the grocery store and buy a bunch of fruits and veggies and put them in a basket just so they look pretty. Just to remind you of like those things that you're missing. Elise, do you want to add to that?
I do. I think I just thought of something like my silver lining list, but a recreate list, because I was just talking with a friend and neighbor this morning about all of our bucket list things that we do in the summer for the kids are pretty much non-existent. So I love the idea of a recreate list. So what I'm going to do is, as I think of things that I'm sad that I'm missing, like a concert, I'm going to make a list and then find a way to recreate that in a adaptable way. Since we are adapting and we have to learn how to adapt in this situation, create that list of things you're missing, and then let's make it a new normal for today. And just try to find a way to enjoy that, like putting your feet in a river rather than a swimming pool, like Cheyenne said. So I like the idea of, instead of just moping over it and being sad that we can't, go to our favorite spots, let's find a way to recreate those events.
Yeah, and I love that. So, and I agree. We don't want to stay in a state of depression. Is that fair? Can we just say it? We don't want to stay in that state. I know every single person I have spoken to closely in the last 90 days have felt depression over the last 90 days. I know it. How can we inspire ourselves and each other to keep looking forward? even no matter how bad this is getting. Because if we don't do that, guess what? No one's coming to do it for us. We will come do it for you every Thursday. but you know what I'm saying? There's so many hours in the week other than when we can kind of bring each other together and remind ourselves of the positivity. But we have to take accountability for our own happiness. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is a really fun little list. You can take a screenshot with your phone if you want it, or I know Alethea emails this out to you guys when we're done. So here's some habits. These are just reminders. These are good for all of us. This is not a to-do list. This is just how do we focus on positive things instead of saying focus on what's going wrong. Wake up earlier. I wake up too early already, so that one doesn't really work for me. I have to try to stay in bed till 5 a.m. sometimes. Ditch the scarcity mindset. Please know that the universe is incredible and will provide for us. We have to believe it though. It will. It might provide for us in really strange ways that we would never see coming, but abundance is real. When we start to get scared, it kind of magnifies that fear. But when we focus on abundance, it just flows. Invest in yourself. And investing in yourself means maybe you put $25 aside to go get a pedicure when you can. That's still investing in yourself. Maybe you read a book about something you're interested in. Anything that makes you a better, happier, more stable person is investing in yourself. Even this list of habits is investing in yourself. Test your limits. Do something that scares you a little bit. You know, for me, that would be walking around at 8 p.m. to not get a ticket, because I am really missing my night walks that help me sleep better. Invest in your experiences. If you decide to go do something, be present. Be all there. Turn the phone off. Deepen your relationships. Look at the relationships in your life with your people that you care about and see if there's one thing you can do that makes that stronger. If it's a phone call, a letter about how much they mean to you, making them breakfast in the morning, you know, a birthday card, whatever it is, do something thoughtful. And know that the law of the universe says that you're going to get that tenfold. And that's going to feel really good when you get that back. Be okay with saying no. If someone invites you to do something and you're just not up for it, just say no. It's okay. Don't feel guilty about it. Know yourself better. This is what I work with my meal plan clients. Get to know what you're feeling. Are you hungry? Are you tired? Are you lonely? The term is HALT. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Really get to know yourself, what's feeling, how you're really feeling. Diversify your income. If you have like a little hobby that you want to try right now, would be a good time. Maybe that's making bracelets and selling them on Etsy or on Instagram. Maybe that's offering a service you're really good at. Maybe you speak another language and you could train people. All of us have these little hidden talents, and finding another way to make income feels pretty good in a time like this. And there's a lot of people looking for ways to fill their time. If you want ideas for that, reach out to us. Create more things. I have this in front of me, so I'm using it as an example. It's almost the full moon. Did you know that? Tomorrow, it's the full moon. And I feel the full moon a lot. I'm really sensitive to it. I created this with my mom about a month ago. We had a little paint day because she was just bored. She was like, what can we do? I'm so bored. I'm so sick of being bored. So I brought these canvases over. I was like, let's paint the moon. She was like, that is so dumb. I was like, well, so it took us like an hour and a half, and I think it turned out really cute. But whenever I see it, it reminds me that, you know, our creative side is really good for us, even if we make something dumb. I think it's good. Embrace the small things. So the small things right now for me is that every flower in my yard is blooming, and it is gorgeous. And every time I go out to get the car, to get the mail, I can smell it. And I can hear the birds chirping all day long. Those are two small things that I just really, really thankful for right now. Go green. I think like about a month into COVID, I got this really weird recycling bug where I started looking at every single piece of trash very seriously. And I think it's just out of boredom. But so I've been focusing a lot on recycling more. Challenge your views. Today's whole thing is about challenging your views, really being more positive. Spend more time in nature. I highly recommend this. My mental stability would not be where it was if I didn't spend time in nature. It can be pretty overwhelming if it's new to you. Try to grab a friend and go for a mile walk or two if it's kind of weird, if nature's weird for you. The more you do it, the more comfortable it gets. Shop smarter. I mean, I think we're all being pretty careful with our finances and trying to make sure we're doing good stuff there. Choose the right friends. Surround yourself with good people who are happy. Make sure you're one of those good people that's happy. Look at yourself too. Make sure you're doing that. Protect your skin, sunscreen. Meditate daily or listen to some type of a positive thing like a TED Talk podcast. Eat mindfully. Eat foods that make you feel good. I'm not telling you don't eat, if there's something you really want to eat it, but think about how it makes you feel. Mindfully eat. If you're feeling kind of tired, fruits are going to give you a lot of energy. If your digestion is sluggish, vegetables are going to get it moving. If you feel tired, like your body doesn't have strength, you need protein, and it can be any type of protein. Make gut health a priority. Probiotics are huge. All of our serotonin is made in our stomach. So by taking a probiotic, you're basically feeding the happy hormones. It's something to really think about. Cook your own meals. Saves time, saves money. Then, we can't really go to restaurants, so it's a win-win. Drink more water, practice gratitude, track your goals, do hard things first. Some of us, that's just getting out of bed right now. So just get out of bed. Hold yourself accountable. If you decide you want to make some changes for June, we're kind of at a brand new month. Hold yourself accountable. Put a sticky note in front of you. Read it every day. I've got a couple things I'm going to try to do this month, and I've got a sticky note in front of me. Have a mental reset day. Just take a day to yourself. Face mask, Epsom salt bath, rub your feet with good yummy lotion, eat berries, whatever feels good, do it. Stay inspired. Follow good inspirational social media so that you have a balance. No matter how positive your friends are, you're going to see some negative stuff for a while. Make sure you see accounts that are only positive stuff so that your mind constantly sees positive stuff, and take action. Lethea.
I love it. I love that list. And I think staying inspired, find a great book that's positive and happy and helps improve you. And even if you read 1 to 2 pages a night or in the morning, even right before a workout, just read a page and stay inspired and have a reason to, be excited to get up in the morning. And for me, that reason is my morning routine, which includes, reading, gratitude, and exercise. Exercise is a huge one for me. So find ways to stay inspired. And I highly recommend having a personal development book at all times, and more importantly now than ever. So I love that list. So we will send that list out to all of you, and you can take from it what you please, and really try to implement, even if it's one thing, because I know 30 is a lot. It's just, those are just 30 examples. Just take 1 to 2 to 3 things and implement them, and I think that will help us all stay happy and healthy and inspired.
What I liked about this list too was when I was trying to find some good content for you, my mind is monkey mind, like stuck in all of the bad things that are just kind of swirling. And I found this list and I was like, oh, this is really cool. And it just got my mind off of it. Like, even if you don't do any of these things, just to focus on these things instead of other stuff, you'll notice it just makes you feel like good. These are positive things versus seeing negative stuff. Let's go to the next slide. Okay, don't adapt to the energy in the room. Influence the energy in the room. This is my challenge for you. we each of us every day get to decide how we're going to behave and handle the day, right? It's 100% up to us. Being the energy in the room in a positive way just means that you are willing to strive for joy. That doesn't mean you're going to be joyful every day, but that domino effect is huge. And the 6 of us right here, if we decide we want to be positive, that makes an impact. You may not realize how many people you can touch just by being positive, but if you knew, it would blow your mind. So if even just for the next week, if you can try to be the positive influence on social media, the positive influence in your home, the positive influence for yourself, and I want you to really notice how that feels. This is not something that maybe will be something you want to do every day, but try it for a week. Try it for a week so you can see how much of a reach you really have, how many lives you really get to touch. And the best part of it is the life that means the most is your own. And when you focus on this, I promise you, you will feel happier. When you focus on being happier, you will be happier. Because that's really what matters. You'll notice it with other people though. Try a cheesy post. Just try one. Go on Instagram and type in, or in Pinterest, type in the cheesiest meme I can find. Just be daring and say, we could all use a smile today. Here's one of mine for you, right? And don't be surprised if it gets shared.
I love it. I'm going to try the memes. I can never remember how I get them on my phone. My kids show me, but I'm going to be sending one to all of you. So get ready.
Okay, I want one today.
Okay. You got it.
Make sure it's funny.
Okay.
Pinterest is my go-to for positive stuff.
Huh.
I just type in, like if it's somebody's birthday, like if it's someone named Megan's birthday, type in happy birthday, Megan. And for whatever reason, Pinterest has all these happy birthday Megans that someone else has already made. Or if it, like a banana fall, like, when people like fall in a banana, just type in banana fall in Pinterest and like 100 things comes up. It's goofy, but I need it. I need it to cloud out the negativity. I have to do like stupid stuff so I don't get caught into it. I'm kind of sensitive. Like I'm a feeler. If someone in my home is upset, I'm upset. I'm like over here like, oh my gosh, I gotta fix this. The way that I do that is by making myself laugh and thinking about things that are good.
We need extra laughter, that's for sure.
Yeah. And all we can do, we are not experts. All we can do is share with you what works for us.
Exactly. Should we get comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. We've got our action items first.
Okay. So this week, things you can do. Journal about ways you can be a source of positivity. I gave you a couple ideas, but try the meme thing just for fun, just so that we have some positive in social media land. Even if just us do it, I feel like it's positive. Create a new habit that becomes part of your daily routine that reminds you to be happy. So you have a list of 30, but you just use your own if you don't like any of those. And acknowledge this time in your life. Like, don't feel like it's silly to be sad or upset or mad or whatever you're feeling. It's totally okay. Acknowledge it and acknowledge how it's affected you and other people that you know. And know that you have support and love to get you through. Like Alethea and I are literally, if you text us, we will find a time to chat with you, no matter what. Like I say that and I mean it. And the calls I've received since I've been sharing that are life-changing because I realize that we all need help and it is really hard to ask for help. And like I found myself at 3:00 on a Thursday, like kind of questioning everything. And one conversation with a friend helps you get back on track. Like, yes, I'm also struggling to, what can we do next week to connect? Those little things is what gets us through this time right now. Okay, and if you're ready, we will do a meditation. So find a comfortable seat. If it's possible, just kind of be away from any distractions just for a couple of minutes together. And let's take a few deep breaths together. So slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your mouth. And we're going to do 2 more of those. So inhale to the count of 4, and then take a pause at the top. So inhale. Now a nice slow exhale. Inhale. Slow exhale. One more time together. Inhale. And slow exhale. Now just imagine a light above your head. A light that is filled with relaxation. A light so soothing that it relaxes anything it touches. I don't know what color the light is, but it is the color that is most relaxing and soothing to you. Just imagine that this light is beginning to flow gently through your hair, down into your scalp, as it relaxes all of your scalp muscles. Just notice what it feels like relaxing, as this gentle, relaxing light flows so softly down through your eyebrows and down into your eyes. Allowing your eyes to be bathed in this soft, gentle relaxation, allowing the relaxation to release all those little muscles around your eyes and your nose and down into your face. Relaxing all the facial muscles. That's good. Just allow this soft, gentle, relaxing light to flow down through your mouth and your jaw. Just letting go. Just relaxing. Now allow the relaxation to flow gently into your throat and your neck, soft and easy. And allow this gentle light of relaxation to flow down into your shoulders, deeply down into your shoulders, where you can allow any tension to just fall right off your shoulders. There's nothing else to do right now. Nowhere else to go right now. Just allow yourself to be here, relaxing, deeper and deeper. And now allow the relaxation to flow gently down your arms, through your elbows. Relaxing down through your wrist, down into your hands and your fingers. So relaxing. And allow this soft, calm, tranquil, gentle light of relaxation to flow gently down into your chest, your heart center. Deeply relaxing all of the organs, all of the bones, every muscle, every cell. Allow this gentle light of relaxation to travel from the base of your neck and down your back. Relaxing each and every vertebrae, all the way down into the small of your back. Just notice what it feels like to allow your back to be relaxed. And now feel that light as relaxation. Gently reaches around, soothing your stomach. Allow this light to move down through your pelvis, gently relaxing all the muscles in your hips. Allowing you to just sink into the spot where you are sitting. Just relaxing in that calm, peaceful way as this soft, loving light flows so gently down into your thighs. Relaxing every muscle, deep down to your thighs, deep down into your knees. All of the muscles in your legs, in your bones, all of the cells, all the way down to your feet. Relaxing the feet, relaxing every toe, and continuing to allow the relaxation to flow down through your body, from the top of your scalp all the way down to the bottom of your toes, continuing to allow the relaxation to deeply relax every muscle, every organ, every bone, every cell, as you move through this journey today. take a pause, place your hand over your heart, and take a deep inhale together to the count of 4. Pause at the top. A nice slow exhale to the count of 4. Gently open your eyes. Today, take with you the relaxation that you found and know that's always available to you. We are thankful for you and so glad we got to share this morning with you. If you guys have any questions, just reach out and we're here.
Thank you for joining us, you guys. Hopefully we see you all next week. Have a great day.
Hi.
Hi.